Good afternoon. We are Steel Erectors Incorporated. Today I have with me Anthony, Cole, Brandon, and myself, Ian Fryer, as we will be presenting you our bid package for the Northern Arizona International Student Pavilion. We are a Phoenix-based company that also has deep roots and connections in the Northern Arizona contractors industry. Steel Erectors Incorporated is dedicated to producing the highest quality building while ensuring the most sustainable building methods the industry has to offer. Our company has been around for 46 years and maintains great relationships with our customers, with 89% of our business being from previous clients. We focus on having the best workforce on the market while ensuring safety is our #1 priority. Our scope of work for this project will include K-Series steel joists, LH Series long span steel joists, bridging, ceiling extensions, bolts and fasteners, roof decking, composite floor decking, steel framing and supports, structural steel doors, steel piping and tubing, and cast-in-place anchors for this project.
We decided to order all of our steel from a local provider, Chef Steel, for our structural and non-structural members. This is the route to the job site that our trucks are going to be dispatched from. The drive is about a 60-minute drive, which is approximately 12.3 miles from the job site. Traffic control will be in order before the trucks are dispatched, and students will be able to still access all their classes from alternative routes. From the International Student Pavilion, we are going to order all our steel members from the local distributor. With this project, we wanted to produce the most lean and sustainable building possible, indicating why we chose a local distributor. We will have traffic control blocking off the intersections of McConnell Drive and Knowles Drive, as well as Knowles Drive and West Runkey Drive. This traffic control will continue past the job site until the trucks have entered the site. For the trucks to be able to enter and exit the job site safely, they will have to head up West Runkey Drive. The plan is for the driver to head up further past the job site and back the bed of the truck in. This allows Skyview to still have some limited parking and the drivers can exit the site easily. Traffic control will be on site the whole time. We're going to use the most north part of the parking lot for our material drop-off zone. This allows for the crane to be erected, cars to park on site, and trucks to easily enter and exit the site. We decided to blow out the concrete curb that is connected to the job site entrance to allow the driver more room to swing the bed of the truck into the site. Chef Steel agreed to pay for the charges to get a new curb installed after the project is complete. The delivery truck driver will have to be very skilled to get around all of the existing buildings. Students will continue to be going to class every day, like every other day of the week. During COVID-19, it helps our situation a little bit because less classes are being held in person and even more classes are being held online. No existing light poles or above grade conditions to worry about, but there will be students and other foot traffic near the surrounding buildings. The driver must be prepared to drive down tight streets with heavy foot traffic. The building is on a slope, so the job site entrance, and so is the job site entrance into the site. Skyview Apartments has requested that we leave open the west wing of the parking lot for students to still be able to park and access their own apartments. We had to carefully plan out our site because of the parking that was needed. These conditions created problems for the sequence of construction because we only have so many steel members and heavy machinery on site. Using the north end of the parking lot for a material drop-off area allows us to have as much equipment and material on site as possible due to the limited site that we have. The materials at the north end still allow students to park and access the Skyview Apartments. We are going to have to destroy the concrete curb that is in between the delivery access route and the crane erection site. This allows for the crane and other heavy machinery like forklifts to mobilize around the job site quicker and more efficiently. The money it will cost to replace the curb is a lot less than running behind schedule. We had to find any way possible to maximize the job site, with traffic control being at the entrance of the site and our material drop-off zone at the north end. This allows our job site to run smoothly with few interruptions. With the crane we have selected for this project, we will be able to pick up the steel members from the length of the boom and the jib to pick it up straight off the truck. The west entrance into the job site will be the only entrance for students to enter and exit the parking lot. The job site will be fenced off, keeping all unauthorized personnel from entering the site and establishing a safe work environment.
So our project schedule, we have 2 crews working on each phase of the site on each of the 4 phases. Erection will start at the northernmost end of the project, and then our schedule includes an estimating period, a material fabrication period, pre-construction contracting, the FOB of the materials, erection of the structural steel, of the entire structural steel scope, and project closeout documents. Some of our important milestones would be December 11th would be the start of steel construction. The 22nd would be the completion of phase 1, 29th would be the completion of phase 2, and then into the new year, January 5th would be phase 3, and the 13th would be phase 4, which the completion of phase 4 also deems our substantial completion for that scope. And on January 22nd would be our final completion after all the closeout documents have been filed. Some of the important assumptions that we've made while performing the schedule is that we have a 10-day lag period from the time the bid is submitted to the time the bid is awarded. Each phase of construction can't start until the one before it finishes. Due to the size of the project, we assured that we could finish each phase of construction within 5 days. Inspection would only take 1 day for each phase. Erecting columns, beams, joists will start at the same time. This shows in the Gantt chart that as a start-to-start relationship, this makes sense because within the same day we will be building the frame for stability. And we also took into account the swing time and radius of the crane and how long these will take. So here's one of our Gantt charts here, and as you can see, so this is all pre-construction coming down to the 25th, and then we start construction down on the 26th. No, we start construction down on after the pre-construction. We keep on going down to our project closeout on the next phase, and each one is broken apart in phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, substantial completion, and then we close out.
Getting into cost estimating, we had to make some assumptions in order for our cost estimate to be complete for this project. So in that first bullet point, I have listed all of the members that we couldn't find exactly in RS Means. And so we had to price them as a similar member that was listed in the database. And also we were unable to find any cost codes for the column base plate anchor rods, roof beam single plate connections, and roof beam single plate bolts. So what we did in lieu of cost codes for that is we included 10% of the respective member costs for the base plate costs, and then the bolts are 10% of the plate costs that we calculated. Okay, so the sheets that we use for our complete takeoff are S201, S202, and S402. These sheets included all of the different steel members that we needed to take off. And in order to cost this project out, we used RS Means, and the filters that we used are 2020 Arizona Open Shop. Our cost estimate was broken up into different sections, including columns, beams, roof joists, second floor beams and roof joists, metal deck, and equipment, which includes our forklift and crane. The subtotal for material, labor, and equipment is $294,379.85, and grand total after all of the fees is $376,600.90. And our fees include general liability insurance of 0.85%, a performance bond of 1%, burden on labor of 28%, overhead of 15%, and a profit of 10%.